Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, your recording is poor.
Oh no, it hasn't quite reached it yet.
We feel a bit less like I'm operating a helicopter.
Okay. It's I think what I'd like to do eventually is to go exclusively onto cheek mics.
To the what?
Go exclusively onto cheek mics eventually, but after that we can also be doing with skin and toes.
Okay. Why are they better audio quality?
You say less fat. These are the way more fat.
More fat.
Because what happens is that they interfere with the
That makes sense.
So that'll be yours. It's on the button.
Okay. Okay.
Don't do that to me.
It's just leading.
I have front row, Dan.
It's too much. That's me. I do now. So funny, we made it all intimate so that everyone could be almost sitting on the bima, and yet... Yeah! Oh, very good. Very good. Guys, Miriam, how's your mom? She's doing quite well, actually. Yeah? She really is. Is she home or in a... Oh, okay. Shabbat Shalom, everyone here in the building. I'm waiting to see... Shall we start anyway, Michael and David? Yeah? Okay, Shabbat Shalom to all of you who are at home. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, to be here, playing around with our layout in the sanctuary, so we're sitting much closer together. And we're going to begin our service here with Shalom Aleichem. And then we are going to go and put the mezuzah up for the door of our sanctuary, the door of the room. And then during the service, Beverly has others going to have a go, putting one up for the library, for the kitchen, for our offices, for the classrooms back there. Only one we don't need is for the bathroom. So that everyone by the end of the service has put a little nail in consecrating our house, and so that tomorrow, and by the time we light candles, we will have one mezuzah up that allows us to really be welcoming each other back into our synagogue. So let us sing Shalom Aleichem together on page 76, or if you have a resold, Izzy's going to tell us what page.
Sam's going to tell us.
6 in the grey one.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharetz, Malachei Yom, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Borchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zetram L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
So we are going to go, those of you who are at home, I think Michael is going to bring a phone in to allow us to all go and put up the mezuzah on the door of the synagogue, and then folk during the service will put on the outside door, the front door, and all the other rooms that we need mezuzot on. A mezuzah, we say the blessing likboa mezuzah, to affix the mezuzah, but Chanukat Habayit is the dedication of our home. And in a way, we're going to be doing that over these next 3, 4, 5 weeks. We'll do it in advance of our civic service of celebration, the last Shabbat of the month. We'll be doing it again for Hanukkah. Hanukkah literally means dedication. So all our Hanukkah parties, we'll be rededicating ourselves. Really, every time we come into the building, there'll be something that we notice, something we want to do, something we want to add to. So I'm going to suggest that we all go, leave your prayer book or bring it with. If you would like to follow, you can find the blessing on page 601 of the Lev Hadash Siddur. So we're going to go out now, and David or Michael are going to join us. This is like going outside to the farmyard, or like to, get the animals. Jane, that was for you. Yes. Right. Okay, everyone, come. Who is going to put the first nail in the mezuzah? So, as we know, medieval arguments about which way the mezuzah would go, upright, vertical or horizontal. So a decision was made to put it on an angle. So I'm holding it up, but it would be lovely if someone else put the nail inside. And Sarah, Wendy, should we just sing that first line, Matovu? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the round version, but we'll do it all together. Matovu alecha Yaakov mishkeno
To do the bottom one.
lecha Yisrael Matovu alecha Yaakov
We'll secure it super later, but for now, we are going to all of us offer this blessing. May this ancient symbol serve as a reminder to those who live and work and pray and gather and eat in this home, and those who visit it, that it is a sanctuary. And whenever we enter, whenever we leave, may we feel a little bit of its holiness, its tranquility, and all of us be enhanced. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likboa mezuzah. So I'm going to suggest that we walk back, we're going to light candles, and we will offer the Shehechianu at the candle lighting. So let's go. We'll leave. There is very clear direction, offices here, so that you can find Beverly can direct. I'm going to ask you, Jane. I'm going to ask Margot. I'm going to ask Jane and Margot to come and light candles. Beverly, let's just have a few people come up and light candles. To be able to bring the spirit of our congregation in. Maybe if each of you light one candle, let's have a few others coming up. So, yeah, come. Izzy, come. Miriam, come. Ruth, come. Ruth, come. Ruth. So let's stand. Now, strict instructions from our wonderful tech team. Do not move the candles. They have been placed ready for the camera, so do not move the candlesticks. Yes, I know. So, are we ready? Back to back to page 75. You shall call Shabbat a delight. These lights we kindle are a symbol of joy, and they will lift our spirits tonight. We only got one match, so we'll. Oh, okay. So if you all do one each. You're going to have to redo. This is the last one. And then we can all say together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. And then having reached this moment, kept alive, upright, allowed to arrive, let's sing the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Lachadodi. You can find Lachadodi on page 91. We'll stand for the last verse.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, לשם ולתפארת ונתילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונחה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני ימח נגילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נחבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בגלה, גם בשמחה ובצורה, טוב ממנו עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ברוך הוא. לילה 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 arrive, we're going to be very conscious of light and darkness. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv, Aravim. Ahavat olam. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu lemadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, b'shachveinu v'kumeinu, nasiach bechukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orach yameinu, ve'orach yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. Ve'avtachacha al tasur mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Stand or sit for the Shema as we offer it all the more meaning for being home. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Leolam Va'ed. Ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol meodecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi metzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levavecha, v'dibarta bam.
בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Full of joy, we sing and sang together. Mi chamocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא.
אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. We praise you, O God, may your sheltering peace descend on us and all who dwell on earth. So we stand for the tefillah, and as we do so, for the beginning of the tefillah, we offer our kavanah, our spiritual intention for the continuing return of those no longer alive back to Israel. And we might also add for the fragile peace that exists, and that we really hold that so deeply in our heart, a hope for peace, for a just and lasting peace for all who live in Israel, in Gaza, in the West Bank, for all that share that tiny, precious land. So stand when you're ready. Adonai Sapatai. I don't remember which one we decided on. Whichever comes out.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Hasadim Tovim v'Koneh Hakol וזוכר הסתר אבות ואימות, ומביא גאולה לפני בניכם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
קדוש אתה ונורא שמך, אין לנו אלוה מבלעדיך. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. So let's sit down as we sing for Shabbat. Vashamru, page 99, and in the grey resold, I have a grey resold, it is on page 17.
My biggest intention when we're doing this song and there's no musical accompaniment is to keep the energy going. So that is my task for you for Vishamru because it's a joyous song. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Just keeping you on your toes.
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Makadesh HaShabbat. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel. In your love, accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. Maybe it will be easy for us all to find something of gratitude, appreciation for tonight, as we all offer modim but have our own personal way of being able to be grateful for something or someone in our life. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu le'olam va'ed, tzur hayenu magen yishenu, ata hu lado vado, nodeh lecha nsapeh tehilatecha, al hayenu hamsurim biyadecha, ve'al nishmotenu hapekudot lach, V'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha, shebachol eid erev v'voker v'tzoharayim, Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulacha na'eh lahodot. So our evening prayer for peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha עמך ישראל, ואלוהינו בכל שעה בשמותיך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Baruch atah Adonai, oseh hashalom. Somehow the sound of the mezuzah being put up, just somehow far from disturbing prayer, seems to add to it of what we're doing. And this week's parashah is Lech Lecha, when Avram and Sarai, their names haven't been changed, are told by this invisible God, this first God that is not in idols, that it is not in things and statues, to get up from where they live and go. Just go to this new place. And I'll talk about this a bit more tomorrow, but really there's something absurd about beginning a journey when you have no idea where it is going to end. And many of the medieval midrashim pick up on that Avram and Sarai, we now know them, that by the end of this week's parashah, they get given that hey to add to their names, and hey represents what in Hebrew? Thank you, Ruti. Hey represents God, and so they get to add God to their names. But before that, they're just told, just go to this place, and you'll kind of know it when you get there. And I really think about us embarking on this. Richard Green and I, we've really been thinking about key folk, about Paul, you inviting Richard to think about a beautification project for our building. When Richard came to present the idea that we were going to embark on this to council at that time, council were really not so keen. I think it must have been Tamara who was chair, and really council was not that keen on taking on a project like this. And Alan Baines, who was our life president before Paul took over, turned the tide of that council meeting in a really powerful way. And Alan, who raised his kids in the synagogue, much like Paul raised his kids, one of whom sitting here, really captured, like, sometimes moments come in our lifetime and fear is not an option, and we have to seize it even if we don't know where it will lead us. And I'm sure all of us feel in varying degrees a sense of utter, how did we manage this? And to embark on something as we did, much like Avram and Sarai, of not knowing, would we succeed? Would we bring monies in? Would we have the funds? Would we have the backing of the community? And it's so easy, and I'm an incredibly cautious person, but yet we did it. And we love to remember that Nachshon ben Aminadav was one of the Israelites that stood at the shore of the sea, and when Moses says, God's about to split the sea, we've just got to walk into the sea, no one, including him, wanted to do it. But Nachshon ben Aminadav did it, and was the first person, and the sea parted as soon as he walked in. And there is something with that idea of, if you build it, it will happen. And even this week, I was approached by congregants saying, how much more do you need? Let us give you more. And who would have thought that would happen? So I really want to encourage us to reach for that awe-inspiring moment of maybe things can happen. We can embark on journeys without knowing the end. I also want to share something really lovely, just thinking of you, Sam, and Hazel with us tonight, that when Sarai and Avram were told to pack up all their stuff, they packed up all their stuff. We can only imagine. They loaded their camels, They took whatever they had. They were used to a semi-nomadic lifestyle. But there's a line in Torah that says, "V'kol hanefesh asher asu," and which literally means, and all the souls that they had made. And from that we understand that Avram and Sarai, who later became Abraham and Sarah, really had inspired other people to follow them, other people to be inspired by this faith, by this new way of living and believing and celebrating. And that is the reason why that when someone chooses Judaism, actually all of us choose Judaism every day of our lives, whether we inherited it or we didn't, but when you choose Judaism, you take on the name son or daughter or child of Avram and Sarai, of Abraham and Sarah. And that is why, from this very parasha, this very passage. So whatever this week's portion, whatever being here, whatever this week has meant for you, an enormous week for you, Jane, whatever is going through your mind, just give yourself a moment to just sit with it, to pause with it, before Sarah Wendy brings us out into song again with Yihiyu L'Ratzon.
Yihiyu L'Ratzon Imrei fi Ve'egyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'goali Adonai tzuri ve'goali L'Ratzon imrei fi ve'egyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'goali Adonai tzuri ve'goali.
Say shalom.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol bnei Adam. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol bnei Adam. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
So we stand right now for Aleinu and be able to chant that together. But just a tiny piece from Rabbi Andrew Goldstein you can find on page 348. Before we stand, may our homes, may our synagogues be places where we can think and read and speak of our Jewish heritage and God's teaching. May the symbols of holiness we bring into this space give color and meaning to our lives. and mark the passing weeks and seasons with reminders of our history, our culture. May our homes be blessed by a sense of God's presence and hold for us the promise of security and peace. May the guest and the stranger find within our walls welcome and friendship, and may our homes merit praise always. Aleinu on page 520. Aleinu
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא שם חלקנו את שמו, לרדס וגואל עלינו לפני מלכותו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינות. נאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn to Kaddish now on page 524. But we think of those deaths that we mark and yard sites that we remember. We think particularly of Gordon Greenfield this week, beloved husband of Jane, father of Simon, Jonathan and Claire, and really precious congregant of our congregation and of Southgate Progressive, and really just all-round beloved person to all of us. May his memory be for a blessing. We turn also to the yard sites that fall at this time, this Shabbat, of Alan Rawle, husband of Melody Rawle, Cyril Carr, father of Mandy Carr, David Phillips, father of Amanda Doyley, Dinah Kafka, mother of Barry Kafka, Eric Reich, father of Alon Reich, father-in-law of Kate Reich, Eva Urbach, mother of Leslie Urbach, Golda Volk, mother of Stanley Volk, Hadassah Katz, mother of Aaron Katz, Ivor Zeitman, husband of Anne Zeitman, Louis Lieberman, father of Jeffrey Lieberman, Mary Williamson, grandmother of Dean Staker, Peter Bernstone, father of Kathy Bernstone, Tilly Benning, mother of Gillian J., Vera Karstadt, mother of Philip Karstadt, grandmother of Rabbi Elliot Karstadt. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing, and may those who remember and recall their loved ones be comforted a little in their loss as we stand with them and offer Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shamei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'haye chon v'yom echon, u'v'haye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mavorach le'olam almei almaya, v'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitada v'yitaleh v'talal shmei de kudusha brichu, leila min kol bechata v'shirata, tushpahata v'nechemata, da'amiram v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'hayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol b'nei Adam v'imru. Amen. So this week's parasha, Lech Lecha, really lends itself to the beautiful song that was composed by Debbie Friedman, Lechi Lach, so that actually we end up giving each other, all of us, a blessing, not just to our synagogue. So when Avram and Sarai are told, go, renew yourselves, and I will make you a blessing, and maybe we try and we will hold on to that promise for us in our renewed synagogue this Shabbat. I think Sarah Wendy's going to remind us the words, and then she, with her magical way, will lead us in the singing.
So the words are, there's 2 verses. First verse goes, Lechi lach, to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechi lach, on your journey I will bless you. And then, and you shall be a blessing, 3 times in a row. And you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. So it goes, Lechi lach, lech lecha, lechi lach, and then the chorus. And then the second verse is same structure. Lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to the place that I will show you. And then the chorus goes, L'simchat chayim, 3 times. Lechi lach. So we'll do first verse, second verse, and then we'll do the first verse once more.
In which case we won't, right? My mother cries the minute this starts being played.
So if you start to get the hang of the first verse, then we'll come back to it. So we'll do first, second, and then the first once through again. Lechi lach, to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechi lach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. Lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to the place that I will show you. L'simchat chayim, L'simchat chayim, L'simchat chayim, lechi lach. Lechi lach, to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. On your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sarah Wendy. So let's hope that we've consecrated the building in a really gentle, loving way, just this small minyan tonight. And let's go straight to Kiddush. I cannot tell you the difference it makes to be gazing at beautiful wood and not our beautiful dinner lady shutter that we've had. Paul?
Do we have to clear all the chairs and cushions away?
Yes, we do. In fact, go back round to Quakers, actually, on your way home. So let's go straight. We can leave our chairs exactly as they are for tomorrow morning.